I don't know the name of this beautiful leaf I'm drawing today. Maybe if you know, please write in the comments below. To begin, I'm roughly outlining the shape of the leaf. I draw with a fading marker, which I've become so fond of lately. Now I'm going to trace around this outline with resist, but it's only for overall shape. My initial choice of dyes are yellow, orange and this warm green, more specifically chrome oxide. Using only these three colors so far, I create a base tone or background for the leaf. On the palette you can see how the dyes are mixed, and in general these three colors are enough to make a quite painterly background. I don't soak the silk this time, I paint on dry, because in today's tutorial there is no need for soft, smooth transitions. In the center of the leaf is more yellow and light, and the edges are darker and green. But still, as always, I like variety, so I bring in more yellow, more green, more orange in some places. Watch how the marker lines blur without a trace with water. Awesome stuff. That's why I love these markers so much. You can get them at the sewing stores. This is how I darken the leaf quite noticeably around the edges. The right side of the leaf has that reddish stain, and so I will need red dye after all. What I like about powder dyes is that when they dry you can easily dilute them with water and voila, right away the dye is ready to use again. So the right side of my leaf is more red and left side is more green. And I think I'm pretty happy with this first layer. And to speed up the drying process, as always, a hairdryer. And there are two options at this stage. You can paint these beautifully graphic decorative spots with resist, which I'm doing to show you the easier option, if you don't feel up to the more complicated one yet, which I'll talk about a bit later. For the more complicated version you need round brushes with sharp tips, and you also need a palette and paper towels. I've talked in two previous videos about how controlling the wetness of the brush can prevent unpredictable spreading of the dye. And somehow it turns out that this is the third video in which I continue this theme. And the second option is more complicated but allows us to do without the resist or gutta or whatever you call it. And that's how you can draw a fairly crisp edge of any shape without resist. While painting these beautiful graphic dark green spots, I look at the reference, of course. I like them very much. I admire them as I paint. It would be great to see your reactions to the videos, because every like, every comment matters. And thank you to those who respond. It's always good to see your engagement and interest. And if there's a lot of paint on the brush is accordingly wetter and the spots spread more than necessary. In this case, it's not critical, but here I don't like it. Therefore, in order not to get like in this place, I will dry the brush with the paint on it on porous paper. When the big green shapes are drawn, you can start drawing these stripes, veins. Here, look, I'll show it separately. At first, I drew the line barely touching the silk surface with the tip of the brush, and then I gradually increased the pressure. Due to this, the line becomes thicker. This is a good exercise in general. It helps to improve your technique, your confidence in working with the brush, and to feel the paint flowing much better. They teach it to children in art schools. I highly recommend this exercise. Perhaps for the veins you could use a thinner brush. And I need to finally paint inside the resist lines. Some of the veins I would like to make darker. And here I press the brush more closer to the edge of the leaf to make the line wider and the leaf look overall darker towards the edges. Look what other interesting strokes you can see with a lot of zoom. And you can paint them too. Not everywhere, but it will also add to the peculiarity of our leaf. Again, some veins are made more expressive. As you can see, sometimes you can get by without a resist or gutta or whatever you call it. It seems to me that such veins inside large spots will not be superfluous, but will make our leaf more complex and interesting. And I always stand for complexity and interest. And this is how the leaf ended up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos.